Hi everybody, I'm Michelle LeMay with LeMay Chiropractic and Wellness, and I'm here today to show you the fastest, healthiest smoothie you'll ever drink. Stay tuned. Do you not have very much time in the morning to eat a good breakfast, let alone any breakfast? I know how you feel. I'm running a little bit late and I've got to head to the office, but I also know that it's important to eat a healthy breakfast to get your day started right, to get your metabolism going, and to put fuel in your tank so you can do what you need to do. So my smoothie only takes about 2 minutes, and I think everybody has about 2 minutes that's worth them having a good day. So it's going to take me a little bit longer to explain the process, but when we get down to it, you'll see it takes only about 2 minutes to actually make the smoothie. So I'm going to start out with my favorite beverage of choice, and that is coconut milk. And this one I happen to get at Trader Joe's. It's unsweetened, so it's very, very low in sugar, less than 1 gram. I don't care about the fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. It's the carbs and sugars that make you fat. So I'm going to make myself a double smoothie this morning. So instead of just putting 8 ounces in my awesome blend tech, I'm going to put 16 ounces. So you can use milk, you can use water, or whatever type of liquid you like. So I'm going to start with that. So the next thing I'm going to add are some awesome products by Standard Process. I'm going to put a link in the description below to standardprocess.com where you can learn more about these. And you can call us at the office to order any of these products. So first of all, I'm going to start with SP Complete. And it's complete because it has a lot of good stuff in there. So this one, which happens to be my favorite chocolate. It comes in chocolate, vanilla, regular, and a dairy-free version for people who are very, very, very sensitive to dairy. And I'll explain why in just a moment, why people who have some sensitivity can still have the dairy version. So chocolate has, wow, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Brussels sprouts, kale, alfalfa, buckwheat leaf, I mean, there's just a lot. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but it's very, very complete, and it's got the good whey protein in there. So I'm going to start. Now remember, I'm making a double. A single serving, 8-ounce serving, would be 4 scoops. So that means if I'm just doing this alone, it would be 8 scoops. But I'm going to mix in some of my regular or dairy-free version. So I'm sorry to do math on myself and you this morning, but I'll put some more info in the description below so we'll get the numbers right. Okay, so I'm going to put 1. Okay, there we go. That's a more rounded scoop. There's 2. And I'm going to put another, woo, that's a big one. Okay, so we're going to do 3 scoops. All right, that's going to give me just enough sweetness that they use monk fruit extract, which is awesome. Does not spike your blood sugar or anything like that. It just gives it a nice sweetness, and it doesn't have the aftertaste that some people experience with stevia. So I've got my scoops there, and now I'm going to add my regular or dairy-free. I've found that when I do just the chocolate or just the vanilla, it's just a little bit too sweet for my palate. It may be for you, so that's why I like, quote, dilute it with the regular. So I'm going to do 1, 2 scoops of that. All right, and now I'm going to add a little bit more protein for myself. And this is where I'm going to talk just a moment on the whey protein that is in the complete flavors. Now, the Whey Pro, typical Whey Pros are actually kind of processed to death. They burnt out all the good enzymes and cofactors and all the things that our body needs to digest it. So you're really losing the nutrition on most whey products. But what Standard Process does is they add in colostrum. That's good for the immune system. They also put inulin, which is good for gut health and weight loss, which I'm all for that. So I would recommend that you give it a try and see how you feel. I have a little bit of sensitivity to dairy, and I have no problem with this at all. So I'm going to give myself some extra protein. There's 15 grams in here. And what's really cool is maybe it's me, but I think it has just a slight vanilla taste to it. Not so much that it's going to overpower the chocolate or compete with it, but it just, I don't know, gives it a nice depth. So I really like adding extra whey pro. Now, if for some reason, whatever reason, that you really don't want to use a dairy protein, Standard Process recently came out with 2 veggie options, and they have a chocolate and vanilla Veggie Pro Complete. The downside of this one is that it does not come with the colostrum or inulin. So you are going to be missing out on those important health factors. But if you have some serious concerns and you want to do a veggie protein that's made with yellow pea, pumpkin seeds, and sesame seeds. So it has a really nice nutty kind of taste to it. So I really like using those. You can also use, this is one of my favorite things to add too, and that's the whole food fiber. You can actually bake with this, and I've had my smoothies without this before. It really feels like it's missing something. It just really adds to the flavor, I think. So I'm going to put, it calls for 1 scoop per. You have to kind of play with it to see what type of smoothie you like. Do you like thinner? Do you like thicker? Play with the amount of milk, play with the amount of water, play with the amount of scoops that you put in. Just find a way to tailor it to your tastes. Okay, and you get this free scooper that comes with that. Now you can also add other kinds of oils like flaxseed oil. Make sure it's organic. Add some organic coconut oil or avocado. There's really good fat options because remember, fat does not make you fat. It's the sugar and carbs. So you can also add, different fruits or vegetables, throw some kale or spinach. Those are kind of like throwaways that really don't change the flavor that much, depending on how much you put in, but definitely gives you all the nutrients. So I'm going to kind of go bare bones today, but you know what? As I'm looking around, I realize I'm missing my secret ingredient. Hang on a sec. I'll be right back. Okay, so my chocolate smoothie would not be complete if I didn't add my mint ice cubes. And at the end, I'll share a link on how I make these, but actually they are super, super easy. So you can see it's just frozen organic mint leaves in the shape of ice cubes. So I'm gonna throw a couple of those in there, and why not? We're gonna put 3 in there. We're gonna have some fun this morning. And I'm gonna put our top on and hit smoothie setting. All right, we're done. I love that smoothie setting because it really blends everything really, really well. So before I pour that, another cool thing that Standard Process has that you can get your hands on are these blender bottles. So if you're out and about somewhere and you don't have access to refrigeration, you can put your mixes, your powders in there, take it with you, and then when you're ready, you can just add water and these little, oops, sorry, I just washed that earlier. So these little blender balls, shake it up inside and it turns out really, really nice. So these are 17-ounce bottles, but it also comes in a 20-ounce bottle, which I really like. So I'm gonna pour half and half. So I'm gonna have one this morning, and then I'll have the other one probably mid-morning, or I can save it for mid-afternoon, or sometimes I even have it at night, shortly before I go to bed, to give me some protein to help me sleep well during the night. All right, there we go. And I like to use a straw. You can just drink it however you like, but I like to use a straw. so good. That is really good. I mean, yes, you can leave the mint out, but man, adding the mint in there with the chocolate is just really, really good. So, okay, well, I gotta head to the office. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, I'm gonna have lots of information at the link, the description below. I'm Michelle LeMay. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching.